I should have left them in jail. Trump blasts UCLA basketball player's dad for being ungrateful for failing to give him credit for freeing his son detained in China for shoplifting. President Trump lashed out at LeVar Ball, the father of UCLA basketball player LiAngelo Ball, one of the 3 players detained for shoplifting in China. Trump tweeted about comments Ball made to ESPN, answering who, when the president's name was brought up in regards to the player's release. On Sunday Trump said he should have left them in jail because LeVar Ball was unaccepting of what the American president did for his son. President Trump lashed out at one of the UCLA basketball player's dad, who didn't give him credit for freeing his son in China. Now that the 3 basketball players are out of China and saved from years in jail, LeVar Ball, the father of LiAngelo, is unaccepting of what I did for his son and that shoplifting is no big deal. I should have left them in jail. Trump blasted Sunday afternoon on Twitter. He later added, shoplifting is a very big deal in China, as it should be, 5-10 years in jail, but not the father LeVar. Should have gotten his son out during my next trip to China instead. China told them why they were released. Very ungrateful. The president was following the lead of his social media director Dan Scavino, who used his personal Twitter account Saturday night to tear into Ball. Wanna be at Lakers coach, big mouth LeVar Ball knows if it weren't for President at real Donald Trump, his son would be in China for a long time. Scavino tweeted on Saturday. The tiff began when LeVar Ball told ESPN, who, after the president's name was mentioned over Trump's handling of the matter with Chinese President Xi Jinping. President Trump lashed out at LeVar Ball on Sunday, after Ball replied who, when asked about his son's release from China. His son is UCLA basketball player LiAngelo Ball. President Trump tweeted Sunday that he should have left the 3 UCLA basketball players in jail in China. The president was following the lead of his social media director Dan Scavino, left, who lashed out on his personal Twitter account at LeVar Ball, right, a father of one of the 3 UCLA basketball players detained in China earlier this month. His son, UCLA basketball player LiAngelo Ball, and the student's fellow teammates, Jalen Hill and Cody Riley, returned to the United States this week after they were detained in China for days following a high-end store heist. The father added, "What was he over there for? Don't tell me nothing. Everybody wants to make it seem like he helped me out." The students were accused of stealing sunglasses from a Louis Vuitton outlet near the hotel the team was staying in. The trio were arrested last Tuesday. The media personality said he was happy with how things were handled as he dismissed his son's alleged crime and called it not a big deal. LeVar told the sports station, "They try to make a big deal out of nothing sometimes. I'm from LA. I've seen a lot worse things happen than a guy taking some glasses. My son has built up enough character that one bad decision doesn't define him. Now, if you can go back and say when he was 12 years old, and he was shoplifting, stealing cars and going wild, then that's a different thing." Prior to his dismissal of Trump's role in the student's release, the president took to Twitter to address the matter. He took credit by saying, "Do you think the 3 UCLA basketball players will say thank you President Trump?" He tweeted. They were headed for 10 years in jail. President Donald Trump, sits beside China's President Xi Jinping during a tour of the Forbidden City in Beijing on November 8, 2017. Trump spoke with Jinping in a meeting which helped 3 UCLA players get released from Chinese jail for shoplifting. However, the 3 players thanked him for intervening during a press conference. The Bruins were preparing to open the season against Georgia Tech in Shanghai at the time the 3 players were reportedly interrogated and arrested. All 3 could have faced between 3 and 10 years in prison, Chinese lawyers also confirmed to Yahoo Sports. "I would say they could be in quite a bit of trouble if they have solid proof that they shoplifted," William Ney, a Hong Kong-based researcher of the Chinese court system for Amnesty International, told the website at the time. According to ESPN, around 20 police officers arrived at the Hyatt Hangzhou at around 8 a.m. last Tuesday and spoke with players from both UCLA and Georgia Tech about an incident at the nearby Louis Vuitton store. The players were allegedly kept in a room for hours without being allowed to speak with coaches. "They weren't messing around," one source told ESPN. "The kids were scared. Georgia Tech released its own statement. During the questioning, it was determined that Georgia Tech student-athletes were not involved in the activities being investigated. They have resumed their scheduled activities in advance of Saturday's season opener versus UCLA in Shanghai.